All right, 25 minutes before 10 o'clock. Beautiful day out there. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing something fun. Maybe you're out there walking. Maybe you're trying to move around a little bit more. You know, they say that's good for you. And they actually, I've seen some reports that might say it could help ward off diabetes, at least part 2 or type 2. Jessica Chitumalla is in the studio, as is Gary Cornwell. Jessica is the organizer of the first annual Sugar High 5K run and walk, and we'll be telling you about that in just a little bit. And Gary is the executive director of the Florida Diabetes Camp, and they are here to talk about the run that is going to benefit the Florida Camp for children and youth with diabetes this coming Saturday at the Baseline Trailhead, and we'll learn about that and find out everything we need to know. Jessica Chitumalla and Gary Cornwell, good morning to both of you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you for coming in. Do either of you have diabetes?
Both of us.
You both do?
Yeah,
Both have type 1.
And you both have type 1. So you were born with it? Is that what that means?
I was diagnosed at the age of 11.
Okay.
You typically earn it, I guess you would say.
You do?
Yeah.
And Gary?
I was actually diagnosed in my late 20s.
Okay.
Yes.
And is it reversible at all?
Not type 1.
Not type 1?
No.
Type 2 could be?
Yes.
We've heard different stories on that, so... but you both look great. You look like you're in good health. Is it under control because of medication? Is that how you handle it?
Well, yes, insulin. All type 1s have to take insulin, and both of us actually are on the insulin pump.
Okay, so you have something attached to your body right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
There was a little girl, Robin and I judged the Student Media Festival every year, and there was a little girl who won in the PSA category because she did a little documentary on herself, and she had to do that. She learned how to do it herself. I don't know if she was in middle school, what age she was. So the run and the walk, these runs and these walks, they do more than money. They help us understand the cause because we're talking about them, so it's a wonderful thing, really. It does more than one thing. And obviously that's the whole purpose here, isn't it?
Absolutely, yes. Mm-hmm.
So what will the money that is raised from this, is this a signature event for you guys? Is it a first time you're doing this?
For me, I just actually became a part of the board with the Florida Diabetes Camp just recently. I volunteered as a nurse at their Camp Winona session last summer, and just fell in love with the camp. And I think they fell in love with me and asked me to be part of the board. And
Absolutely.
I just knew that I saw the need. And here, even in Ocala, because most diabetics have to either go to type 1s anyways, have to go to Orlando, or most of them go to Gainesville for shants. There's nothing really here in Ocala like a pediatric endocrinologist for type 1. So I just wanted to get more awareness and have something here for the kids and maybe unite the families together.
Wow, so this is your brainchild, the whole walk and run thing?
Yes.
Yes. You don't want to admit to it, right? So the camp that will benefit is the camp that you are the executive director of, Gary?
Correct. The Florida Diabetes Camp actually does 13 different camp programs each year. We do 6 different summer camps, and we do 7 different weekend programs. We do family weekends, and we do bring a friend weekends where kids with type 1 diabetes can bring a friend from home who doesn't have diabetes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. So so you were both adults though when you were diagnosed?
Well, I was 11.
You were 11. Okay, I'm sorry.
She was a very mature 11.
I'm sorry.
I was very
So I had that wrong. I apologize because you did say that. It just I was thinking you were both adults. So let me ask you then: as a child, did you feel alienated because of that? Did you somehow feel different and were you treated differently?
There were definitely certain circumstances, especially when it came to school and how you had to deal with injecting yourself. At that time, I didn't have the insulin pump, and sports activities and how sports even relates to your blood sugar and activity. It can bring it down, and people were scared to play me, especially softball. I think I didn't actually, I resigned basically at the age of like maybe 13 or 14 from playing my favorite sport, softball, just because the coaches would not play me at all, and there was nothing
Oh, you were sitting on the bench the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And is that unfair, or were they right?
No, it was unfair.
It was unfair. So there's nothing harmful about allowing a child with diabetes to play.
As long as that's the main thing, and that's why this is so important. You need to just be aware of what you need to do, and have the juice, the sugars, the extra snacks, the carbs. Just if you understand it, you're not going to be scared of it. It's not a scary disease. I mean, it is, but you can handle it. It's controllable.
Right. So the running part. Are you runners? Are either of you runners?
Both of us.
You both? You jog, run?
I've run Boston Marathon a couple of times.
Wow.
So,
Gosh.
yes.
Really?
2 half marathons.
You've done 2 half? Wow, that's a whole.
I'm only half crazy.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, yeah, that's the basic purpose of camp is to show kids that they are normal, that they can do anything that any other child can do. And at Camp Winona, where Jessica was, we had 150 kids with type 1 diabetes. And for a lot of them, they're in schools where they're the only kid with diabetes, and they're the only ones having to take shots a couple times a day.
So are the children of today still having the same prejudice, and I hope that's the okay word to use, but I mean, are they still being discriminated in sports and things like that?
I would assume every single place. I don't think it's really they're trying to be discriminating. I think they're trying to be safe.
Well,
but they just
yeah,
don't
and I don't mean it in a bad way, but
but I would assume everywhere, because if they don't know about it, they're going to be kind of standoffish about the disease.
Right.
So yeah, I would say yeah. Would you?
Yeah, definitely. Well, yes, schools have come a long ways. School nurses, and there are laws in place now where children can get the help they need to check their blood sugar, get shots. With diabetes, with type 1 diabetes, every time you eat a meal, you have to count your carbohydrates. And that's how you determine how much insulin you take to cover that meal.
Oh, really?
So they have. Go ahead.
Is that part of the class structure of the camp when the students go there, that you actually teach them how to eat correctly?
Our philosophy is that people with type 1 diabetes should be able to eat the same food that anyone else eats. A healthy diet. You can have a piece of chocolate cake at night if you want it. You shouldn't have it every single day. People with diabetes, they want a piece of cake, they can have one. They just have to count the carbohydrates and cover that with insulin. And that to us is a lot better than kids trying to sneak a cookie or kids trying to sneak a piece of cake and not tell their parents. Because if they're upfront about it and say, okay, I had a piece of cake and it had 50 carbs in it, then they take 4 units of insulin or whatever, and they'll cover it, and they won't have that big spike in their blood sugar.
Oh, wow.
Gosh.
And what happens if they don't? What happens if they sneak the cookie, and what physically happens?
I mean, you can go into diabetic ketoacidosis, which is basically a really high blood sugar, and you become nauseous. Some kids have to be hospitalized and get fluids and certain things. However, most of the time you'll go high. You'll realize you're high. You just feel very sluggish, very tired, just thirsty, and then you just check your sugar, take your insulin, and bring it back down. Was the pause after I asked the question because you were surprised that I didn't know?
No. You can have a high blood sugar from eating food.
But I mean, am I? I don't know. I mean, I just never knew that, and I don't know that I'm the last to find out.
I am.
Or are most people ignorant? I feel like I'm ignorant about this. Are most people in the same category I am?
I would say a lot. I wouldn't say I don't know.
Not most.
I don't know most. I'd say a lot of people.
Well, because
are.
I've always thought simple across the board that if you have diabetes, no sugar. Period. Mm-mm. See, I never knew.
Everything you eat turns into sugar. It's energy. It's any type of it's the amount of carbohydrates. All carbohydrates turn into sugar.
And you need insulin
to cover.
To turn that sugar into energy.
Basically. Okay.
And so yes, we do at camp. We do teach kids how to count carbohydrates. We have 4 counselors in every cabin, and usually about 10 kids. Mm-hmm. And the counselors are trained to give shots, check blood sugars, and help the kids count their carbohydrates. And so after the meals are over, that's when we see how much they ate, and we'll give them insulin based on their intake.
Is there a cost for the camp, or do events such as this cover that cost?
There is a cost, and it varies on the camp. We do a couple of summer camps that are 5 days, and Camp Winona is essentially 8 days. So camps range from $450 for a week to $575 for a week. That includes obviously all their food, that includes all their insulin meters, strips. And diabetes is an extremely expensive disease. And so we provide all the diabetes supplies for them. Last year, 57% of our children got some sort of financial aid. Most of them got full scholarships.
Wow.
And so it's events like the one that Jessica is doing that helps us provide those scholarships. And without them, we couldn't run camp. We're not affiliated with any national organizations. It's all, fundraisers, people helping us out.
Wow. You both are doing some wonderful things. So you both love working with the kids, obviously, and this is a fun event. So let's talk about the event itself. It's this coming Saturday. Is the word HIGH an acronym for something? Is it an abbreviation?
When you check your blood sugar and you have a high sugar to where the meter can't even read it, it will say HI. High.
Oh,
that's it.
Then you know.
That's it.
Then you know you're really high.
Okay. I thought it stood for HI. I thought it was 2 words or something.
Blood sugar is over 600. I mean,
Yes.
right now, if we checked your blood sugar, it would be somewhere between 80 and 120. That's a normal blood sugar.
Oh, wow.
And people with diabetes should have normal blood sugars.
Yeah, right,
But,
right.
a high, that means...
That's high. High means high.
high means high. Something's out of whack there.
Okay, so it's the first annual Sugar High Run. First annual implies you're going to do this again.
I am. Yes, I am. I'm going to do it hopefully every year, and we'll just continue it. It was a learning curve this year. Next year will be much easier, and the years to come will be even easier.
And it'll grow too. We know
Yes.
that from experience, helping other people try to get the word out about their events, and hopefully you remember us in the future so that we can help you
Yes.
again. So right now we need to get the word out. Are the runners clubs joining in on this? Sometimes when a runners club hears about things like this, you
Yes.
instantly have a load of people that show up.
Yes, I'm a part of a runners club with, we call ourselves the Turtles. I just joined actually.
The Turtles. That'd be a good name for a group we should
I
be in.
love the Turtles. That's I just found them and have been loving to run with them because we are slow but steady. And then I've also discussed with Ocala Runners Club. I have some of my really good friends that are part of the club too. So I've tried my best to get the word out and went to many different physicians' office, some of the hospitals and everything, and YMCA was very big with helping me put flyers out and telling the kids and stuff there. So
We do it now and then. Robin and I will participate in different 5K runs.
Come on out.
We never run.
No, we don't.
We always
it's called a walk run.
Exactly.
For a reason.
We always walk. And we are usually last.
Yeah.
We are usually the last one to come in. There was only one time we were actually second to last. We felt really good. The guy behind us had a child on his shoulders.
Yeah. So that
A big child.
count.
A big child.
Well, thank you. Next year, maybe I'll get an award for being the last person.
So the only person we could beat was a guy carrying somebody else. Yeah.
About mile 18 in a marathon one time, I got passed by a guy playing a tuba.
Oh no.
Wow.
He played the tuba for the whole marathon.
Oh wow. And he passed you?
But I caught him.
Well, you're good at it.
There's no way that.
We did we share notes here. We did a bicycle ride one time. It was 50 miles. It took us 3 hours to do the first 25 and 6 hours to do the second 25. And we were passed. Listen to this. We were passed in the beginning when we had all of our energy. Well, we were going, we're going to do this. We got passed by guys on rollerblades. Rollerblades, going faster than bicycles. And we got passed by an old man on one of those sit-down bicycles.
Yeah.
Well, you all sit down, but we want to lean back.
Three-wheelers.
Yeah, you're sitting back. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I guess the message we're trying to tell you is we mean well.
Yeah, we're
We just
out
don't
there.
do well.
Exactly. And that's what we try to say too. We do not have to be a runner to come out and help support and just be there for us, for the camp, for the kids, because ultimately it's about the kids. It
Yeah,
really is.
and that's why we do it. What the baseline trailhead? Remind me which one that is. That's is that the one that's got like a figure 8 sort of thing?
Yeah, it's kind of like, yes.
Okay.
mhm.
Yeah, I know where it is. There's a
Yep.
playground at the beginning
There's
of
a
it.
playground,
Yeah.
yep. mhm.
That's a pretty one.
It's beautiful. And I was very happy Marion County Parks, I talked with them, got a date for them. They were absolutely amazing helping me out. A ranger came and just kind of, I've had so many people help me with this and just tell me how and where and what I needed to do. And
Oh, wow.
it's been incredible. It's been an incredible experience.
Did you know there's a Frisbee golf course there?
There is.
Yeah.
You've seen
yes,
it? You've seen
yes.
those baskets? Have you seen them, Gary?
I've seen Frisbee golf course, yeah.
Have you ever seen the actual Frisbee they use in these Frisbee golf tournaments?
They could knock you out.
They're heavy, yes. They're crazy heavy. And they're crazy expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. And so, but I've never actually seen people, I guess that never caught on. They're there if you want to play with it, but it never caught on. I never see anybody out there.
Disc golf, yeah. No.
Disc golf, is that
I
what they
think
call it?
that I'm pretty
Okay,
sure that's
what it's called?
that's what
Okay.
they did. I'm up from Michigan, my Michigander, and I've seen in Detroit area. There's quite a few parks.
Oh,
up
it's a
there
big
that
thing up there, huh?
I've seen.
Well, we
so.
tried. Somebody tried around here to make it
Yeah,
happen.
it was probably a Michigander that came. No.
Gary, when the students come to the camp, the children, do you find that they're more accepting of their diabetes than their parents are? Do you have to give the parents some emotional support?
Yes, and that's why we do our family weekends. They're meant for the entire family, so brothers, sisters, moms, dads, grandfathers, and mothers. So we provide support for the family, for the entire family. With the children, you know, again, for a lot of them, they're the only ones with diabetes, and they don't know what it's like to know somebody else. And that's the beauty of camp is,
Yeah.
you know, all of a sudden you're in a cabin and there's 10 other kids that are giving themselves 4 shots a day and, you know, checking their blood sugars 10 times
Oh,
a
wow.
day.
Wow. So suddenly they feel part of a bigger group. What do you do there? What kind of games? What kind of fun stuff? And well, I'll ask my second question after you answer.
Camp Winona, where Jessica was, is a YMCA camp. So we go in
Just
there.
all the normal
We
stuff?
just do all the normal things that you would do at any Y camp. There's a beautiful lake there where we can sail and fun yak and swim.
Swim lessons for
Swim
all the
lessons.
kids.
Wow, fun yaks.
So
Fun, yeah.
it's-
What is on your wish list? What would you like if there was a guy out there with a lot of money who said, "Oh, I can help out with that." What would you like?
A couple of things. One is, you know, camp is very expensive.
Yeah.
When we go to Camp Winona, the rental for 3 weeks is $32,000.
Wow.
And then you put food on top of that. Our food bill is $30,000, and the kitchen staff is another, you know, $15,000. So just at Camp Winona, and just for rental and food, you know, we're paying $80,000.
Wow.
And so multiply that by, you know, 5 other summer camps and our weekend programs. So it's extremely expensive.
And how do you normally cover those costs?
Fundraisers like the one Jessica's doing.
Okay.
Pi Kappa Alpha, the Pikes up in Gainesville, did a fundraiser for us not too long ago and raised $25,000.
Wow.
And AED, which is Pre-Med Honor Society, raised $12,000, which is, from what Jessica tells me, about what she's raising for this one. So for a first-time event, you know, what Jessica's doing is absolutely incredible. And so all those monies make camp happen.
So the way we help is we either run or pay.
Sponsor.
We could pay and not run.
Yes,
I mean, the money
we
would
could do
obviously
that.
be well received, I'm sure. How much is it?
For the run right now, it's $20, and you can go on active.com and do it. I actually even I created a website. Now, don't judge me by my website if you ever go on it, because
What's your
I've
website?
never. It is
I'll look it up.
sugarhighrun.weebly.com, because I didn't want to pay yet, so Weebly's still on.
Yeah. Oh, no.
All right, what is it again? Sugar High?
sugarhighrun.weebly.com.
How do you spell Weebly?
WEEBLY.
Okay, .com. Sugarhighrun.weebly.com.
Yeah.
What is Weebly? Like a free thing? Oh, there
It's
it is.
just a free website, kind of the only way that I was
it's
able.
nice.
They
Well, you
helped
might
guide
as well
me
do
through
it
it.
for free because it looks good and
Nothing wrong with
it's really
this.
wonderful.
Looks nice. Yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, you have all the information right here, which is all
All
we
of it.
want.
It actually, if you click on any of the links, you can register through there. It'll take you straight to active.com. The Facebook link on top will take you to the events page. I pretty much continue to update it. I have not continued it yet or updated it to the point of we've had such amazing response, and we have, we're basically, I would say, in more than in profit. And I have some obstacle courses. It's a pirate themed. We are doing the pirate theme because I'm going along with Florida Diabetes Camp. Every year they have a different theme that they do.
Oh, wow.
Last year was Disney. This year is pirates. So I went ahead and I'm sticking to the pirate theme as well. And so we have a pirate costume contest that we have, and 5 little pirate-themed obstacle courses for the kids to do as well for the fun run, and that is actually free. But you do still have to register, but you can use the discount code glucose, and you can have a free registration.
Oh, wow.
I just want to
Okay.
have the kids come out. It's for the kids, and I want the
Right,
kids to come
right,
out, have
right.
fun, enjoy themselves, and have people more aware of what we're doing it for.
So
Well-
that's really wonderful. You have the 1 mile children's fun run then, and not just the 5K.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's got to be a load of fun. It says here the pre-packet pickup is at the Blue Highway Pizza.
Yes.
On the Boulevard, on Silver Springs Boulevard. What's in the pre-packet?
Well, you're gonna after you register, you're gonna need to pick up your bib number and your shirts, and then I have some small advertisements from some of the sponsors that I'm going to be handing out too. So a lot of runners want to go the day before, pick it up, and so they can either have the shirt to wear the day of, and also it decreases what we have to do the day of to be able to hand out everything the day of, as well as have the people that are going to be registering day of. So we'll be busy day of, so we try to decrease what we have to do as well and make it more convenient for everybody.
And this Saturday is the day of.
This Saturday.
My
Yes.
son is doing a run on Sunday. My son is
Sunday.
27. He's doing the
Savage
run or something down
those
in.
are becoming
City.
very popular. 5Ks are very popular these days, and just having tag on something with it, like the kids' fun run or pirate theme dress
Right,
up,
that's what it
or
sounds like, yeah.
The mud runs and the color runs, they're all becoming very popular these days.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
Well, who knew that would become popular? That's a good thing. I mean, it looks like a lot of fun. So is it going to be loud? The events I've gone to have had speakers with gigantic music coming out of them. Do you have any of that planned?
Yeah, we have. Well, not. I don't know. I'm going to actually be talking to my DJ right after this. and
Oh,
just
okay.
discussing-
Yes, he's here. Yes.
Yeah, and
Oh, well, then I know.
Jackson Action, I think.
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Jack-
Okay,
right?
Action Jackson.
Thank you, Action Jackson. Thank you.
Okay.
It's a tongue twister.
Gary, is this run sanctioned? Can a person that's working up to the Boston Marathon or the New York Marathon use this as part of their credentials to apply
No, you have
toward
to
those
have
runs?
a qualifying time in a
Yeah,
in
no.
a marathon for Boston. So it's a great training run, but it's also, 5Ks are usually just a lot of fun.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, making a connection, and I hope I don't speak out of line here, making a connection between diabetes and running, the Al from ABO's restaurant, which I think has closed since then.
Very good friend of mine, yes.
Okay, and didn't he start running because he had type 2 diabetes? Didn't he?
He actually has type 1. He was
Type 1.
diagnosed. He was diagnosed
Okay.
very late in life, just as I was.
Oh, okay.
And we were actually running a 5K up in Gainesville, and I started just running. I didn't know Al at the time, and I started running next to him, and we got to talking, and he said, "Oh, this is my first race since I started on insulin." And then
Is that right? See, I knew he had. Rob and I have interviewed him, but mostly we know him from the restaurant. But
Right.
I think it's closed now, right?
Yes.
Something happened. That's crazy.
Unfortunate.
No, yeah. Well, he was so good, but he was going to retire soon. It was just he wanted another year. But anyway, yeah. So he was a great example of somebody who, he literally changed his life by running. From the way it sounded to me,
he ran. He was an excellent runner. Oh, he's run.
but before he started running, and this is where I hope I'm stepping out of line. I think he told us he was heavy, a little heavy anyway. He started running and he shed the weight.
Exercise definitely is one of the mainstay treatment of diabetes type 1 or type 2, because it actually increases the way your insulin works. Like, it allows your insulin to be more productive. But of course, with type 1s and as well as type 2s, your blood sugar can go low. So there's still that perfect balance that you need to. If you're going to be doing long runs or things like that, you need to make sure you're taking in the proper amount of carbohydrates so you don't plummet on the runs. But exercise is definitely a huge benefit to any type of diabetic.
So aside from this next one, Gary, on Saturday, when's your next run besides the next one? Besides one on Saturday.
We actually have one up in Gainesville, Amy's 5K. Amy was one of our camp lifeguards and counselors, and she came up to school on a Sunday and died Sunday night from diabetes. It's a, there's something, I don't want to bring this show down. There's something called dead in bed syndrome. And young people in their early 20s will sometimes go to bed and not wake up. And so with Amy, that's what happened. She was very lively, outgoing, energetic. Wow. She was great. And so her sorority now does a 5K called Amy's 5K up in Gainesville every year. And again, the funds go to camp.
That's wonderful. Her legacy lives on.
Absolutely.
Obviously, very impressive what the two of you are doing. Thank you for coming in to share this with us. Be a team member of ours so that we can help you. I'm sure I know you're working with Joe and you're working with Jackson. Jackson Kuntz is his name, right? I always forget his name. Action Jackson.
Action Jackson.
You want to call him Action, but his mother didn't say, let's name him Action. All right. Jessica Chitumalla, thank you. Gary, where's your last name? Gary
Cornwell.
Gary Cornwell, thank you for coming in. I know I had it written down somewhere.
Much.
But thank you for coming in.
Thanks for having us, yes.
The website, again, is sugarhighrun.weebly.com, and Weebly is Weebly, so sugarhighrun.weebly.com. Do you want to give out any phone numbers?
You can always, if you have any questions, you can always give me a call. My cell phone number is right there, 269-861-3591. But you can also, on the email, there's also a contact. They can submit a form and it'll email directly to me as well. But any questions, feel free to give me a call about the run.
All right.
And Gary, your camp website?
Is FloridadiabetesCamp.org.
Oh, okay.
And if anybody has any questions about camp, they can call our office at 352-334-1321.
All right. And if you've got a few extra dollars and you want to help out, call and get in touch with these fine people and help them out. The children will be the ones who win. Thank you, Gary. Thank you, Jessica.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We will take a little break, and we'll be right back.
You're listening to WOCA News Talk 1370, Ocala's source for what's happening in today's hottest, up-to-date news and topics.
Legally Yours, brought to you by Fuller & Fuller Attorneys at Law. On the air every Wednesday morning at 10:30 a.m. with John Fuller, a board-certified civil trial lawyer for over 25 years. John welcomes your questions, from business to complex family matters to legal disputes. So tune in every Wednesday morning at 10:30.